With Season 3 of Netflix's Witcher upon us, and CD Projekt Red announcing a slew of new games, and the books already being translated into English after what felt like forever, this is actually one of the best times to get into Witcher. I recommend reading the books, but the second best way to get into Witcher is, weirdly enough, Witcher 3. Now don't worry, this game doesn't demand that you play the others. So I'm going to make a little series of survival guides. And why not do this on the highest difficulty? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Now this is going to be more about preparation, something a little bit more constructive than get good. This isn't Dark Souls after all. So let's start with enemy HP bars. Every enemy displays its level and a colored HP bar. A white color is an enemy of magic origin, which can only really be dealt with by a silver sword. A red bar means it's not magic and only needs a steel weapon. And I know silver would never be used for a sword blade, but this is a game about a genetically altered monstrosity who has a thing for sorceresses, so let's not hold too much on to realism. The game can automatically use the correct weapon, or you can turn that option off so you have to pick the correct sword manually, if you wish to make this game that little bit more immersive. You can also put little glyphs or runes into your gear that put little buffs or upgrades to them. There's also oils that you can put on your blades that deal bonus damage to that specific group of enemies for a set amount of swings. Beast oil for wolves, spectre oil for ghosts, and so on. Every single enemy in this game has a bestiary page about some trivia and what the weaknesses are. Or you could subscribe here and so you see the future parts of this little guide. Ooh, self-promotion. Now we talk about throwables. You can make specific bombs and each have their own little uses, from canceling magic, to poisoning enemies, to creating a cloud of flammable gas. Next up, a crossbow, which is good for airborne enemies, underwater enemies, and all around pestering ranged foes. Next up is potions. You use these to give various bonuses to Geralt, from healing over time, to bonus attack damage, or even things like see in the dark. Be careful though, potions give you toxicity, and too much toxicity is a bad time. And you might think if you run out that you will need to use the schematic again, and you would happily be wrong. You only need to use a diagram once. To refill potions and throwables, you meditate. This consumes alcohest to fix the consumables and gets rid of any built-up toxicity, like staying off of social media. The last topic for basic combat is the signs. Signs are basic forms of magic that can be executed with one hand. There's 5 to go over. Ard is a forceful push that can upset flying enemies, knock enemies off balance or off guard, and even break some blockages like barricades or doors. Igni lights a fan shape of flames in front of you. You can light enemies aflame, stunning them. You can light barrels that explode and flammable gases in swamps. But most importantly, it can cook honeycombs to have a little snack for later down the road. Quinn is a shield which can absorb a hit taken. What more do you want? It's great. Axii is a Jedi mind trick, getting into the minds of enemies and stopping them in their tracks. Outside of battle, it can be used in conversation prompts, granting bonus rewards and quests, and a little bit of experience on the side. And lastly, Yrden, which is a trap you can set that slows down enemies and makes ghost enemies much easier to handle. It should be mentioned that everything I brought up can be upgraded in the skill tree, but if I explained everything there, or what you should upgrade, we'd be here all day. And outside of combat, you use Witcher senses, which point out everything you can loot and everything interactable with the quest. Pro tip though, turn the fisheye effect off. Whoever greenlit that is not my friend. And that's the start of all this. Stay tuned because I'm already working on a collection of the enemies in White Orchard. So have a nice day, and I'll be back shortly. Coming soon. Damn.